What's up, vloggers? Trey here. By myself. Justin's been on me about doing vlogs. Man, I'm lazy. I'll be the first to tell you. But anyway, I've had people ask about my shoe collection and this, that, and the other. You guys have seen the shoe collection. I was gonna kind of show you guys what shoe I choose to wear on a daily basis. And it's not because the shoe I choose to wear on a daily basis, it's because it's the most comfortable shoe for me. And I've got about every shoe known to man. I'm trying to pick some stuff up here as I walk up the stairs here. Just got home from work. I'm gonna do a nightly routine video too. Amy told me to do that, like when I come home, what I do, what I eat, blah, blah, blah. So sorry about all the lights. Justin will have a fit about all that, but anyway, I wanted to kind of get into the shoe thing with you guys because shoes are definitely, I like shoes. I definitely like shoes. So anyway, I started doing a lot of cardio, I don't know, a few years back, trying to, guess for health reasons mainly, and because I'm fat, and I know it. But anyway, the more cardio I did, I'm not crazy cardio, just like walking 3.5 mile an hour, 4 mile an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on the day. And I had on Brooks. And I liked Brooks, I wore the Brooks Ghost. And they felt great. Well, the more cardio I did, my right foot, the side of it, so if this is my big toe, this will be the side of my foot, started hurting really bad. What the crap? So I was like, well, maybe I'll go to, I'll show you the Brooks I had. Here they are right here. It's the Brooks Ghosts. Obviously, those are worn. But anyway, I wore those forever. And I went, the more I upped my cardio, the more my foot started hurting. So I bought a new pair of Brooks Ghosts. Same thing. I've got like, I don't know how many pairs I've got. I've got those. I've got all red. I've got a ton of Brooks Ghosts. Anyway, I still wear them, but they were killing my feet. I first noticed my foot hurting the worst when I wore, and this wasn't even doing cardio. It was these Nikes, which they're one of my favorites. The 270s. I've got black pair. I've got black and white. I've got red and white. These. I've got a ton of them. Probably got like 4 pair of those. Well, those killed the side of my foot. And that's when I went to the Brooks. And the Brooks seemed to help my foot. So I really wasn't doing a whole lot of cardio in the Nikes though, because they're just more or less a different shoe to wear. Whatever. But my foot was really hurting bad on that one. So anyway, a friend of mine said, hey, you need to go to like one of the running stores and see, what they say. In the midst of all that, I bought a set of Hokas. They're downstairs. They're the ones with the real thick. I'll show you. They got the really thick sole. I thought, man, I'll just get a thicker sole. My foot's, it's obviously, I need a thicker sole. So I'll show you these real quick. And these are the Hokas. And I couldn't find a pair that they all look like crap to me. They're all ugly. These are ones I cut the grass in now. But anyway, they're still a very comfortable shoe. Brooks, very comfortable shoe. They hurt my foot. And I hated the way they looked on my feet. They looked stupid on my feet. And I'm kind of a stippler on that. I got a shoe has to look good on my foot. And I don't know. Whatever. You guys might not deal with that, but I do. If it don't look good on my foot, I don't want to wear it. So anyway, a friend of mine said, you need to go to like a running store. And I changed socks. I did everything. Because I was like, man, what? I bought a pair of running socks. I thought maybe, I wasn't getting raw foot. It was just like the side of my foot was hurting. So I go to this running store. And this lady says, okay, take a shoe off, walk in front of me, do this, do that. She said, you actually need a flatter shoe. She said, you have too much cushion and your foot's rolling to the side. Well, the shoe wasn't wearing like that, but she just said, you need a flatter shoe. Well, I said, well, I got all kinds of flat shoes and I have Converse. you know, white ones, black and white ones, red ones, American flag ones, black and red ones. I got a ton of them. So I wore those. Those things have no padding in them at all. I see a lot of people working out in them, doing legs and stuff, because they say they get you closer to the ground or whatever, which is, to me, is nonsense. They were horrible. I mean, horrible. And I'm trying to think here. From there, I was just mainly just trying to think of a flat shoe to wear. And I kind of cut my cardio back, got on a bike and started riding the bike. And I mean, like I said, I got all these Nikes too. These don't really hurt my feet and they're flatter, but I never, you know, I didn't really do any cardio in those. I got a pair of the Shocks, one of the original Shocks. Those were okay, but they still, the side of my foot hurt. And I was like, man, I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to ride the bike. I want to be able to do whatever. And I mean, I got Jordans. I got Air Max. I got some Air Max. These don't hurt my feet as bad, believe it or not. It's a stout bottom, you know, real strong. The real cushiony bottom is when my foot was wanting to roll. You know what I mean? So anything that was stout or flat seemed to help my foot. But even the stout shoe, if it had a lot of padding in it, if I wore it all day, like out at whatever, if we went to the mall or wherever we went, me and her were out of town, me and Melissa were out of town, my foot would hurt, side of my foot. My left foot never hurt at all. I was like, this is so silly. So I started looking at the bottom of my shoes and seeing how they were wearing. And my right foot, the back corner, did wear a little more like I'm stepping like down like this on the bottom of my foot and raw, you know, like that. Trying to explain it exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't know what came about. That light's rude, I'm sorry. I don't know what came about, but I thought, I'm going to try Vans. You know, I'm just going to try some Vans on. Because everybody said they were flat too, and I'd never owned a pair of Vans. I can't remember which pair was the first pair that I bought. But I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 pair of Vans. And, you know, I got high tops. And then I got the low tops. I wore those and I was like, wow. It was a huge difference. Huge difference. I was like, man. My foot was still tender, but it didn't hurt. Like the other shoes, I'm not kidding you guys. I could get on a treadmill for 20 minutes and my foot was hurting. It's like, what the fuck, man? This is a joke. Excuse my language. Amy have to blurp that out. Anyway, even the Jordans. Jordans are flat too. I got a few, you know, like 4 or 5 pair of Jordans. They're flat. But they would hurt, you know, something about Nikes would hurt my foot. So I thought, man, I'm gonna have to find a pair. And I like kind of like when I'm like my everyday shoe. Like if I'm working, you know, if I'm not working, I wear every different shoe every day. Like I'll wear a different pair of tennis shoes every day. Some days Adidas, some days Nikes, some days Vans, some days Converse. Just every day I throw them in. Oh yeah, I tried these too. Melissa got me these On Clouds, and those are actually really comfortable. Probably the biggest sole comfortable one that I've ever tried. They actually feel really good, and I can actually walk on a treadmill on those, and they don't hurt my feet that bad. But they still do not compare to Vans. I was like, what the crap? So I started looking at all these different pairs of Vans. You know what I mean? And I guess to land the plane here, I finally settled on. I'll take them off. Well, I'll show you on my foot first. These are the ones I wear every day. If I can get to that one thing. Black. And they got a little checkered flag on them. I'll have to show you. I've had 3 pair of them now. I've wore 2 pair out. This is actually my 3rd pair that I've owned. And these are about a week old, I guess, 2 weeks old. So that's the ticket. That's the ones I wear right there. They got a little checkered flag. And I'll tell you exactly what they're called. It just says Vans, world's #1 skateboard shoe. But if you look in there, it says Vans Pop Cushion. So I'm here to tell you, I'm amazed because I've never owned a pair of Vans in my life. My buddy John wore Vans growing up, and he wears the slip-ons, and I just think they're ugly. I just never was a fan of them. And then I got the ones with the shoestrings, you know, obviously the tie-up, and I like them. I really do. I mean, you know, they're, I don't know, whatever. What do you all think? But yeah, these are like 2 weeks old, like I said, week and a half, something like that. I just bought them. And here's the kicker. Brooks, On Clouds, all the freaking high dollar, you know, like your, I don't know, New Balance, all your high dollar running shoes, Nikes, anything that's a high dollar, supposedly a running shoe, is $150, $200. Those right there, to the house, $90. That's what I'm talking about. That's actually probably one of the the only things in my life that I've actually bought. Hold on, I'm trying to do 3 things at once here. That I've actually bought that's cheaper, that I like better. Usually I like the more expensive crap. You know, I'm so goofy. I mean, you know, I couldn't decide on a pair of boots, and I wanted Thorogoods. And if you guys know what Thorogoods are, they're expensive. So I didn't buy 1 pair. I didn't buy 2 pair. I bought 3 pair because I like the different heights, and, you know, I'm screwed up when it comes to shoes. But I'm honest, you know, so I bought the 6-inch. These are a pair of 6-inch Thorogoods and the flat bottom. And I like a heel sometimes on a boot. I like a different look. I got like 2 or 3 pair of different cowboy boots too. Some taller, some pointier, some square-toed. Just I like the different look. You know what I mean? I'm not one, some people just wear the same stuff all the time. I don't do that. There's another pair of the Thorogoods, the 8-inch with the white bottoms. And then here's a pair of the Thorogoods. I'm kind of getting off track here, but those have a heel on them. And I like the looks of those sometimes too, but those are 8-inch. But anyway, I'm getting off kilter here. My point is, this is probably one of the first times in my life that I got away with something cheaper that I like better than the more expensive stuff. And they're really growing on me to the point where I even like them on. You know, I like the way they look. So the comfort is, my foot doesn't hurt at all. And it's so weird. I mean, it's not even it's a skateboard shoe. But I guess that just goes to show you never know, you know, how your foot is going to react to stuff. I never dreamed that that would be the shoe that I would pick. Out of the 70-some pair of shoes that I own, I pick Vans for everyday comfort and price. And they last. They don't tear up. They're not junk. They're made decent. I give them a 2 thumbs up. That's the Trey Bell Life bad attitude rating. Because I got a bad attitude. People tell me. I don't care. Anyway, so I figured you guys, that's a little interesting. A fact about me that I had issues with that, and when I finally got her reeled in, that's what I reeled in was a Vans. So if y'all haven't tried them, you having problems with your feet, and you need a flatter shoe, I was amazed. And they're comfortable too. I'm very comfortable. They got way more padding than the Chucks. The Chucks, I like the Chucks too. They're flat, but man, you walk across the gravel driveway and step on a rock the wrong way, you'll go to one knee. I mean, it'll put you down. I mean, it just right through the bottom of your shoe. There's no padding in them at all. The Vans have a little bit of arch support and padding. Like I said, I can walk 30, 40 minutes, do the bike, work all day, and I mean, thumbs up. So there you go. There's a vlog from Trey. I've seen a few questions asking about my shoes and stuff, and I just got to thinking, because that always made me scratch my head. I never could figure out, of all the shoes that I've had, I pick Vans to wear every day. So like, share, and subscribe. Like us on all of Justin's stupid social media garbage. Our main is close to 100,000. Let's get it over that. And we'll get this vlog channel back over 100,000. That'll be 4 channels. 4 that we've put over 100,000. I think that's something to be proud of. So, but love you guys, and always appreciate your support. And if you like the video, that's great. If you don't, I don't really care. Have a great day.